Hello friends, today's topic is relief under section 89. In this topic, we will be studying what are the provisions of section 89 and the relevant rule therein, wherein the quantum of relief available to the employee where there are arrears of salary received or advance salary received. Relief under section 89. In this topic, as per the provisions of section 89, a relief is available to the employee wherein the arrears of salary is received by the employee or any advance salary is received by the employee in the relevant previous year, and employee is of the opinion that the rate of tax in the relevant previous year is at a higher side as compared to the year as compared to the previous years in which the arrear of salary may have been received, or in the coming years, in the future years, wherein the advance salary may have been taxable if it would have been on due basis. Meaning, the employee is of the opinion that he is paying more taxes in the relevant previous year if the salary was taxable in preceding previous years or succeeding previous years, depending upon the situation, depending upon whether the salary cut start, depending upon whether the salary was arrear salary or advance salary. On your screen, where an SSC is in receipt of a sum in the nature of salary being paid in arrears or in advance, or is in receipt in any one financial year of salary for more than 12 months, salary for more than 12 months effectively, or a payment which under the provisions of clause 3 of section 17 is a profit in lieu of salary, or is in receipt of a sum in the nature of family pension. So apart from, let's take a pause over here. So apart from arrears of salary, advance salary, there are other factors as well on which there is a possibility of computing relief under section 89. The other factors are section 17, subsection 3, profits in lieu of salary, relief can be taken under section 89. Then family pension received. In case a family pension is received, then there are chances of relief under section 89 as defined in the explanation to clause 2A of section 57, which is related to family pension being paid in arrears, due to which his total income is assessed at a higher rate, due to which his total income is assessed at a higher rate than that at which it would otherwise has been assessed. The assessing officer shall, on an application made to him in this behalf, grant such relief as may be prescribed. So here an application is required to be made to the assessing officer by the SSC, and if he is satisfied, if the assessing officer is satisfied that there is a relief possible, he may provide a relief based on the relevant rule prescribed in this regard. So there are 4 factors in which there are chances of claiming a relief under section 89: arrears of salary, advance salary, which makes your salary to be more than 12 months effectively. Third is profits in lieu of salary, and fourth is family pension. For this, you can claim a relief under section 89. Thereafter, the method is that the criteria is employee is of the view that the rate in the current year is on a higher note? If yes, he will make an application to the assessing officer. Assessing officer will claim the relief based on the provisions of the prescribed rule, provided that no such relief shall be granted in respect of any amount received or receivable by an assessee on his voluntary retirement or termination of his service in accordance with any scheme or schemes of voluntary retirement, or in the case of a public sector company referred to in subclause 1 of clause 10C of section 10, a scheme of voluntary separation, if an exemption in respect of any amount received or receivable on such voluntary retirement or termination of his service or voluntary separation has been claimed by the SSC under clause 10C of section 10 in respect of such or any other assessment year. So the proviso says, if you have already taken a benefit under a voluntary retirement scheme, then you won't be eligible for a relief under section 89. You can't claim a relief, you can't claim a benefit twice. Hence, no double benefit will be allowed to the SSC if a benefit is already taken under voluntary retirement scheme. Additional notes: on account of arrears of salary or advance salary, where by reason of any portion of an SSC's salary being paid in arrears or in advance, or by reason of his having received in any one financial year salary for more than 12 months, or a payment of profit in lieu of salary under section 17(3), his income is assessed at a rate higher than that at which it would otherwise have been assessed. The assessing officer shall, on an application made to him in this behalf, grant such relief as may be prescribed as prescribed. Procedure for computing the relief as given in Rule 21A. So the prescribed rule is Rule 21A. Based on this, the relief under section 89 is computed. The method of computing the relief, the method of arriving at the relief amount is specified in 21A, Rule 21A. For this particular Rule 21A, we will be providing illustration in the subsequent slides to understand the provisions in a better way and to understand how the relief will be computed. Now, family pension. Similar tax relief is extended to SSCs who received arrears of family pension. So here, arrears of family pension is received as defined in the explanation to clause 2A of section 57. Family pension means a regular monthly amount payable by the employer to a person belonging to the family of an employee in the event of his death. No relief at the time of voluntary retirement or termination of service. No relief shall be granted if exemption under section 10(10)(c) in respect of such compensation received on voluntary retirement or termination of his service or voluntary separation has been claimed by the SSC in respect of the same assessment year or any other assessment year. If a relief is already taken by the employee, then no double relief will be allowed to the SSC under section 89. Now the illustration. In the case of Mr. ABC, who turned 66 years on 28th of March 2020, you are informed that the salary for the previous year 1920 is 10,20,000 and arrears of salary received is 3,45,000. Salary is 10,20,000 and arrears of salary is 3,45,000. So there is arrears of salary received. So there is a possibility of claiming a relief under section 89 if indeed the rate of tax in the relevant previous year is higher as compared to the previous years. Further, you are given the following details relating to the earlier years to which the arrears of salary received is attributable to. So here previous year breakup of the arrears of salary is provided, wherein the taxable salary, total taxable salary is also mentioned. Total taxable salary is also mentioned, and arrears of salary which has been received in the current financial year is also mentioned. Previous year 2010, 2011 the first year, 11-12 is the second year, and 12-13. So three previous year has been mentioned over here, wherein the taxable salary and the arrears of salary has been mentioned separately. Compute the relief available under section 89 and the tax payable for the assessment year 2021. Rates of tax as per the slab benefits of the previous year has been provided. So the slab benefit, the slab rates applicable for the financial year 10-11, 11-12 and 12-13 has been mentioned. Two separate columns you can see. Resident individual at the age of 60 years or more, and for other resident individuals 11-12 assessment year has been mentioned over here. 11-12, 12-13, 13-14. Education says 2%, and secondary and higher education says 1% was attracted on the income tax for all the above preceding years. Education says, and secondary and higher education says of 1%. So total 3% was additionally applicable on the income tax. The rate of surcharge will assumed in absence of information that the surcharge was not applicable. However, the taxable salary seems to be low to attract any surcharge. 7,10,000, 8,25,000, 9,50,000. Now let's understand the question first. What it is exactly trying to say. What is expected from us is to compute the relief and the tax payable therein. Let's read the question once again because there is too much of information. ABC has turned 66 years on March 2020, and the previous year concerned are 2010, 11, 11, 12, 13, 14. We will have to check out whether the 60 years criteria in which year it will exactly fall. So in financial year 1920, he is obviously more than 60 years. So the slab rate would be different for him. In the financial year 1920, the slab rates for senior citizen is 3 lakh, starts from 3 lakh and not 2 lakh 50. So 3 lakh to 5 lakh, 5%, 5 to 10, 20, and above 10, it's 30%. So the only difference is the slab rate doesn't start from 2 lakh 50, it starts from 3 lakh for senior citizen with age of 66 years. And would this be applicable in financial year 10-11 also needs to be seen. So how many years we are talking about? 66 years, and the years 10-11 and this 66 in financial year 1920, 64, 63, 62, 61 in financial year 18-19, 17-18, 16-17, 15-16, and 14-15. So 60 years or more was at the rate in the financial year 13-14 only, right? Am I correct? Yes. And the financial year 1340, this financial year we are not touching, right? Yes. So the financial year 1213 is the last. So 60 years or more won't be applicable. The slab rate that will be applicable to Mr. ABC is for other non-resident, which is this one. This slab benefit, this slab rates will be applicable for computing the relief under section 89. So how the relief is to be computed is, we will be computing for each year. The relevant year in this cases are financial year 1920, financial year 1920. I will direct this financial year 1011, financial year 1112, and financial year 1213. For this, you will have to compute total salary, including arrears and only arrears of salary. So total salary including arrears, and not arrears but salary without arrears of salary. This we will have to compute for each and every year. So these are the financial year, relevant financial year, and for each and every year we will have to calculate total salary including arrears and salary without arrears. What is the tax payable on each and every component? So overall there are 8 components. If you see, in each financial year there are 2 components. First component is total salary including arrears, and second component is salary excluding arrears. Let's calculate for financial year 1011 first. The total salary that we can see over here is 10,20,000 plus 3,45,000. So this is nothing but total salary including arrears, and salary without arrears of salary, without arrears, is nothing but 10,20,000. On this, what is the tax payable? We have to compute based on slab rates. So for financial year 1920, 10,20,000. So exceeding 10 lakhs. So slab benefit, let's go slab benefits wise. 2 lakh 50 to 5 lakh. The salary which is taxable is 2 lakh 50 into 5% is nothing but 12,500. Add this to memory. Now it is visible. The memory I need to go. Then from 5 lakh to 10 lakhs, it is 5 lakh. 5 lakh into 20%, it's nothing but 1 lakh. It is also added to memory. Till now, 1 lakh and 12,500. Anything exceeding 10 lakhs is taxable as 30%. At 30%, 20,000 into 30% is 6,000. So 1 lakh plus 6,000 plus 12,500 is nothing but 18,500. Let's mention it over here. So the taxes are required to be mentioned over here. However, education says it's also to be calculated. But before that, I can see that 66 years is the age. So the slab benefit over here should have been, here the amount should have been not 2 lakh 50, but 5 lakh minus 3 lakh. It should have been 2 lakhs. So 2 lakh into 5%, 2 lakh into 5%. 2 lakh is nothing but 5 lakh minus 3 lakhs. So 2 lakh is 10,000. 2 lakh into 5%. So the addition over here again, 10,000 plus 6,000 plus 1 lakh. That is nothing but 1 lakh 16,000. And on this, 1 lakh 16,000 into 4%, which is health and education says for the financial year 1920. So 4640 is to be added to 1 lakh 16,000, which is nothing but 1 lakh 2640. 1 lakh 2640. I hope it's correct. 120640. 120640. Okay. And salary without any arrears. Without arrears. My mistake. It should be. We have calculated for 10 lakh 20,000 over here. So the amount should be over here, which is the tax payable, total tax payable, the salary without arrears. And in case the salary is with arrears, then what is the situation? Situation would be 1 lakh 60,000 will remain over here, and we have to calculate tax on 3 lakh 45,000. 3 lakh 45,000 at a rate would be calculated, since it is more than 10 lakhs, then at 30% it will be taxable. 1 lakh 3,500, and the amount was 1 lakh 16,000 before health and education says. So 2 lakh 19,500, 2 lakh 19,500 into 4%, 8780 is the health and education says, and 219,500 228280 is the total tax payable, is the total tax payable including on arrears of salary. Now moving on to the financial year part. Financial year 1011. First, let me delete this. So for financial year 1920, we have already calculated the taxes. Now let's calculate for financial year 1011. Total salary including arrears. First, let's calculate without arrears. Salary without arrears is nothing but, how much is the salary? 7 lakh 10,000. Fine. 7 lakh 10,000. Arrears in this case need not be calculated. For this portion, I mean. Now for 1011, the slab rate is nothing but assessment 1112, 1 lakh 60,000. There was no tax, and the slab rate started from 1 lakh 60 up to 5 lakh, 5 lakh to 8 lakh, and above 8 lakhs is 30%. Fine. And 10, 20, and 30. Okay, so let's mention it over here. 7 lakh 10,000. 5 lakh minus 1 lakh 60,000. 3 lakh 40,000 into 10%. It's 34,000. Then 7 lakh 10,000 minus 5 lakh 2 lakh 10,000 into 20%, 42,000. So 42,000 and 34,000 is the tax payable, on which Education cess will be 3%. So first, let's add it up. 76,000 into 3%, 2280. 76,000 plus 2280 is nothing but 78280. 78280. Yes. And including arrears, here the adding a formula won't work as such. We will have to calculate it separately, I mean as a composite figure. 7,10,000 plus 1,03,000, it's nothing but 8,13,000. So again, this will remain the same. 34,000. 5 lakh minus 1,60,000 is nothing but 3,40,000. 3,40,000, 10%, so 34,000 will remain constant. And 8 lakhs minus 5 lakh, the second slab, is the negative amount, or the difference amount is 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs into 20%, it is nothing but 60,000. So 34,000 plus 60,000 till now. And on 13,000 we will have to calculate, right? Because 7 lakh 10 plus 1 lakh 3,000, 8 lakh 13,000. So on 13,000 it is 30%, exceeding 8 lakhs. 3,900 plus 34,000 plus 60,000, 97,900 into 3% plus 97,900, 1 lakh 837, including arrears. 1 lakh 837. Now let's move on to the next financial year, which is financial year cut start, which is financial year 11-12. And I will just move it upwards, the comment section. So financial year 11-12, total salary including arrears, total salary without arrears. Here the salary you can see 8 lakh 25 and 1 lakh 17. Without arrears it's nothing but 8 lakh 25,000. We will have to see the slab which was applicable. Assessment year 12-13 is nothing but 1,80,000 to 5 lakhs and 5 to 8. Okay. And as we have already concluded, cut start, and as we have already concluded that the age in financial year 10-11, 11-12 and 12-13 was not more than 60. Accordingly, the slab which is applicable to Mr. ABC is for other resident individuals. Accordingly, 1,80,000 in financial year 12-13, in assessment year 12-13, 1,80,000, 1,85,000 and 1,80,000 cut start, 1,80,000 to 5 lakh and 5 lakh to 8 lakh is the slab. Let's quickly compute this. 8 lakh 25. On this the salary will be, X will be, so 5 lakh minus 1,80,000 into 10% over here, 32,000. Then can we add this to memory? We have something in memory. Can we clear this? Yes. And this can be added over here. 32,000 is the memory. Then 5 to 8. 8 lakhs minus 5 lakh is is 3 lakhs into 20%, which is 60,000. This is added to memory. Total 90,000, and the total salary is 8 lakh 25,000. So on 25,000 we have 30% salary exceeding 8 lakhs 7,500. So 99,500 is the total amount. I will calculate from here only. 99,500 into 3%, 2985 plus 99,500, 102,485 is the tax amount excluding arrears. 102,485. Now including arrears is 8,25,000 plus 1,17,000. So 8,25,000 is exceeding 8 lakhs. So on this 1,17,000 we can straightforward calculate taxes at the rate of 30%, and the taxes paid on 8,25,000 can be directly added excluding education cess. 1,17,000 into 30%, 35,100 in the memory. 99,500 was the tax amount earlier, into 3% plus 134,600, 138,638 is the total tax amount over here. Now the last financial year 12-13, in the similar way we will have to calculate this. So in our example, 9,50,000 and 1,25,000, what was the slab rate applicable? 2 lakhs, 2 to 5, 10%, 5 to 10, 20%. So 2 lakh, it was starting from 2 lakh, 9,50,000 and 1,25,000. 9,50,000, 1,25,000 plus 9,50,000. The tax amount should be over here. 2 to 5, 2 lakh to 5 lakh, it is 10%. So on 3 lakhs, which is difference of 5 lakh to 2 lakh, 3 lakh into 10% is 30,000. First of all, I want to clear the memory part, and then I will add 30,000 over here. Then from 10 lakhs to 5 lakh, the difference between 10 to 5 is 5 lakh, and it is 20%. It is nothing but 1 lakh. It is also added. However, the salary part is only, I feel, only 9,50,000. So the amount over here should be 9,50,000 minus 5 lakh on this 20%, 90,000. Was it added? Not. So the total amount is 1,20,000. On 1,20,000, we will have to calculate education cess 3,600. So overall, 1,23,600 is the total tax payable. And on above amount, what is the total sum first? 9,50,000. plus 1,25,000, 10,75,000, 10,25, 9,50,000 on this. 10,75,000 is the amount. So again, 2 to 5, that is 3 lakhs, is 10%. So it will continue to be 30,000. 30,000. Then 10 to 5 lakh is 5 lakh into 20%, which is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh added. Then 10,75,000, which is the total salary, minus 10 lakh. So difference of 75,000 into 30%, 22,500 again added. So over here you can see 1,52,500 on this amount, 3% tax, 52,500, right? 157,075 is the total taxes. 275, that is great. So we have the total amount over here. So friends, after calculating for each and every year, we'll have to compare total salary, tax payable on total salary including arrears, with the salary, the tax payable on salary without arrears. So this all will be summed up, and the difference amount will be the relief amount. I will just make it more simplified version of it. So computation of relief under section 89, it's nothing but, let's go financial year wise. Financial year taxes payable, excess tax payable in financial year 1920 is nothing but 2,28,280. 2,8,228,280 minus 1,20,640 is the excess amount which is payable, which is the difference between total salary, tax payable on total salary, and tax payable on salary without arrears, 107,640. This is for financial year, the difference. And let's compute for financial year, other financial years. But now financial year 10-11, financial year 11-12, and financial year 12-13. Difference between these 3 years, the difference between the previous years, preceding years, will be compared with this difference, and the differential amount will be the relief. So for 10-11, 1,08,37 minus 78,280, 1,00,837 minus 78,280, 22,557. Then 138,638 minus 102,485, 138,638 minus 102,485. 36153, 36153. 1213 is nothing but 157075 and 123600. Difference between the two: 157075 minus 123600, 33475, 33475. This all will be added and it will be compared with 1,07,640. So plus 36153 plus 22557, 92,185 is the total amount. 92,185. So friends, in this example you can see in financial year 1920 the excess tax payable or the tax start again for the editor, start again from the financial year 1920, in which I had just stated 20 seconds back that friends, for financial year start. So friends, for financial year 1920 you can see the differential tax amount. The tax on arrears of salary is 1,07,640 and the differential tax amount or the tax on arrears of salary is for the in the previous year. In the previous year, the tax on arrears of salary is only 92,185. So in the financial year 1920, there are higher rate. There is a higher rate prescribed, and that is why the tax on the arrears of salary is coming as 1,07,640. When it is compared to previous year tax rates, the tax is only coming to 92,185. The differential amount is nothing but the relief under section 89 minus 107,640, 15,455 is the amount. This is the relief, and accordingly the total tax payable before relief is nothing but 228280, 228280, 228280, and the relief amount is 15. Relief amount will be deducted. So the total tax payable effectively, net tax payable for assessment year 2021 will be 212825, 212825. So you can see over here that a relief under section 89 is available for any excess taxes payable on arrears of salary. So effectively the assignee had to pay taxes of rupees 90 to 185. However, since he has received in the financial year 1920 where the tax rates were higher and he was about to pay tax of 1,07,640. So the difference between the two, the tax rate of 1920 and the tax rate of preceding financial years, is the relief which is available to the SSC, and accordingly he is not liable to pay any taxes. on the excess amount. So the total tax payable in our example is 212825. This concludes a series on a topic on relief under section 89. Thank you.